You never know how long a letter is going to be in your pocket. Darius Okafor's last words to me, not his actual last words, but the ones that never left, were about a yellow dress. Not about the war, not about his Marines. A yellow dress his wife Patricia wore to a function in Norfolk the first night he ever saw her. He told me about it at 0847 hours on a February morning in Helmand Province, with a sniper round in his chest and Doc Pereira's hands working his plate carrier, and the medevac 12 minutes out. 12 minutes we both understood, without saying, was 11 too many. That was February. It is now November. I'm sitting in a rental car outside a house in Beaumont, Texas, staring at a porch light and a Christmas wreath on a door I have driven past 4 times tonight without stopping. In my jacket pocket is a cream-colored envelope, her name on the front in his handwriting. Darius made me promise to deliver it in person, hands to hands, eyes to eyes. He was very specific. He was always very specific. I've been sitting in this car for 47 minutes. A last letter pact works like this. Before deployment, you write a letter, real, handwritten, sealed. Everything you couldn't say at the airport gate with your kids around your legs and your wife trying not to fall apart in public. You give it to your most trusted person, not your spouse, your brother, your combat counterpart. The agreement, if I don't come home, you put this in their hands yourself, not mailed, you. It sounds like love when you make it. It sounds like the purest form of protection. Nobody tells you what it costs the person who carries it. Darius and I made our pact on a Wednesday evening at Camp Lejeune, sitting on the hood of his truck, 18 months before Helmand Province. He handed me a cream-colored envelope, Patricia on the front in his careful script. I handed him mine. We didn't discuss contents. The letter was between him and Patricia, not us. He held the envelope up and said, 4 drafts, the most honest thing I've ever written. I said, hopefully she never reads it. He said, hopefully. We shook hands, never spoke of it again. That was the easy part.
Before February, before the envelope, you need to know who Darius Okafor was, because the weight of a letter is directly proportional to the size of the man who wrote it. He was from Houston, staff sergeant by 26, 2 daughters, Amara, 4 years old, and Zoe, 7 months when we deployed. He kept their photograph tucked inside his helmet cover. Every morning, before boots hit ground, he saw them first. He told me that was intentional. He wanted the first thing his eyes found each day to be the reason he was going to be careful. He had a quality I've spent 3 years trying to name correctly. The closest I've gotten is this. Darius made every person he spoke to feel specifically seen, not generally liked, specifically seen. He remembered the names of your children, the thing you mentioned in passing 6 months ago that you'd already forgotten you said. He stored people. He treated the details of a person's life as information worth keeping. Before every patrol, he'd write 1 line in a small green notebook, present tense, not what he wanted to do when he got home, what he was going to do. He said positive visualization wasn't superstition, it was target acquisition. Darius Okafor, 31 years old. The kind of man who aimed himself at coming home with the same precision he aimed at everything else. Kajaki, February 7th. Presence patrol through a village corridor flagged for weapons caching. Darius was in good spirits. Patricia had sent a package the day before, cookies, photographs, a drawing Amara made of the family. Darius depicted as an enormous figure in military green with a smile that took up half his face. He taped it inside his helmet next to the girls. He showed everyone. He had no embarrassment about loving his family loudly. 40 minutes in, the village felt wrong. Civilian movement gone. The wrong kind of quiet. Darius felt it. I watched him key his radio twice, his habit when he was recalibrating. He redirected toward a wider avenue. Good call. The right call. What we didn't know was that the wider avenue had already been sighted. The round came from 400 meters, northeast elevation. Single shot. Suppressed. Darius dropped. No explosion. No chaos to fill the space. One moment he was there, and then he was on the ground, and I was beside him. In seconds I don't remember crossing. He was conscious, completely, terribly present. Doc Pereira worked without speaking. I held Darius's hand and told him the birds were 12 minutes out, said all the words that feel like action when action isn't available. He looked at me the way he always looked at people, like you were the only thing in his field of vision. He said, "The letter." I said, "Don't." He said, "James, the letter." I told him I knew. He tightened his hand around me, not desperate, deliberate, like a signature. He said, "Tell her the third draft was better. She'll know what that means." A breath. "Tell her I was thinking about the first time I saw her, that function in Norfolk. She was wearing something yellow." Then quieter, his last full sentence, clear and completely like himself. "Tell Amara I kept her picture in my helmet every single day. She was the first thing I saw." Gone at 08:47. The medevac arrived at 08:59. I sat with him until it did.
The military has careful architecture around formal grief. The notification officer, the transfer at Dover, the folded flag. That architecture exists for good reason. Process gives the unbearable a shape you can move through. What has no protocol is the envelope in your jacket pocket. I carried it for 112 days. Not metaphorically, physically. Helmand, then the flight home, then against my ribs every time I breathed. The psychology of it is its own specific weight class. You become the custodian of someone's final intimacy, their most private document, addressed to the person who loved them most. You carry their vulnerability, their love, the thing they couldn't say standing upright at an airport gate. And every day you don't deliver it, it gets heavier by exactly the weight of one more day. 47 minutes in the car, then 48. Then I turn the engine off. The rain is light, cold. The wreath blinks slowly. I walk up the path and stand at the door and touch the envelope through my jacket. Then a woman's voice, certain, quietly waiting. "You were his." I said yes. I said I was. I held out the envelope, and Patricia Okafa took it with both hands, the way you receive something that has traveled a long way to reach you. I told her about the third draft, the function in Norfolk, the yellow dress. I told her Amara's drawing was in his helmet, that every single morning she was the first thing he saw. Patricia put her hand over her mouth, then over her heart. Then she stepped forward and held me, this stranger on her porch in the rain. And we stood there and grieved the same man from two completely different distances. I drove away, lighter. Not healed, not finished, but lighter, by exactly the weight of one cream-colored envelope and the weight of a promise finally kept. This is Scarred Warriors. These are our stories. These are our scars. Staff Sergeant Darius Okafa, Marine, father, brother, the man who trusted me with my own grief because he knew I'd need something to carry until I was finally ready to put it down.